So I just watched Dream Productions on Disney Plus, written by Mike Jones. And before I go into that, I'll tell you what I thought of the Inside Out films, which this is a spin-off of. I think Inside Out is amazing. It's one of my favorite Pixar films. It's really good. The emotions are great. Comedy's great. The characters are great. It's just a great movie. The animation's great, obviously. Inside Out 2 is really good. I think it's very close to being on par with the first film. There are just some things about it I did think were a bit cheesier and a bit more like unearned compared to the first film in terms of the story, but overall it was really good and I really liked it. And as for Dream Productions, I thought it started out good, but then it ended really good. So first I'll go over what I liked about it. It felt structured like a movie, so there wasn't really wasted time at all. And I think this makes sense since Mike Jones had previously worked on Soul and Luca, so he knows how to make a film and how to not waste time. The animation, I think, is on par with the movies. Similar to the scene in Inside Out 2 in the vault, there are new animation styles that they experiment with, and I think those are done really well. I think that the mockumentary style and the jazz score add to the very energetic and hectic tone of the show. I like that it still introduces new and fun concepts into the world of Inside Out, which I can't really go into for spoiler reasons, but they are there and they're really cool. Most of the characters are fun or likable. A lot of the acting is good. The villain is one of those characters that are very like hateable, but like you like to hate them. They're just fun to hate. And I like that. I think they're a bit of a subtle criticism to Disney, similar to that animation scene in Inside Out 2 with all the animators. I think that this character might be a critique of corporate Disney, which, I'm never going to turn down a chance to dislike corporate Disney. I think that the emotions from Inside Out are used well. Like, they don't take up too much screen time. They're there for just as long as they need to be. And in terms of the negative of this show, there are two. I think that the humor is mostly hit and miss. Like, there are multiple, it's funny because they said one thing, but then the opposite thing happened jokes. And just some unfunny jokes in general. Like, it's kind of a mixed bag with the humor. There's some funny stuff, don't get me wrong, but there's also some stuff I wasn't really, like, laughing at. And also, second criticism, I think that the main characters, Paula and Zenny, can be a bit too unlikable at times. Like, I think they get a bit too selfish and wrapped up in their own little worlds for me to like them, which the show definitely wants me to do. Like, I was, like, having a bit of trouble, especially in episode 2, finding either of them likable. But ultimately it comes around because ultimately it comes back to Riley and trying to help her and make her happy, which I do like. I like that in all these films, that's kind of what it comes back to, with this being their purpose. And I like that the villain in both the movies and this show is like somebody who wants to make Riley feel a certain way or be someone other than she is right now, which I do like. Like, they're trying to force the change, which I appreciate. And this could be a minor spoiler, so minor spoiler really quick, there you go. The villain is not redeemed, unlike the first two films where Joy learns the error of, and Anxiety learn the error of their ways. And I'm a bit split on this. Like, if the villain of this show were redeemed, it would have felt more consistent with the movies. But at the same time, it is kind of interesting that there's this part of Riley's brain that doesn't actually want to help her and is more selfish and stays selfish even after seeing what they did, how it affected Riley. It would have been interesting. It's kind of interesting, and I think it'd be cool if they delved more into that, maybe in Inside Out 3 if they ever make that, which they probably will considering how much money Inside Out 2 made. And one last positive for the show, I think the whole show was building up to those last 10 minutes of the episode 4, and it was really good. That was definitely the best part of the show overall. It felt on par with the movies in terms of the quality. It's like, that's what reminds you it's still Pixar making this show. So yeah, I would say this is an overall enjoyable miniseries. It was good for the first 2 episodes. It got better in episodes 3 and 4, and then it was really elevated by that ending, which really felt in line with the two movies. That being said, I do hope that in terms of the Dream Productions side of it, I hope it stops here because this is kind of the perfect stopping point. Maybe they could have this come back a little bit if they ever make Inside Out 3, but I don't think I want a season 2 of Dream Productions. This was the perfect stopping point. So I'm going to give this miniseries overall an A-. Thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe to see more reviews like this in the future. Be sure to let me know what you thought about the miniseries in the comments if you've seen it. And on that note, I will see you next time. Have a great day.